Hey guys, we are going to go to a customer's house today. They recently bought the property and we are going to put in a shed pad for them. They're having a 10 by 12 shed delivered for like lawnmower storage and stuff. And we are going to make the pad 12 by 14 for a little bit of overhang. We've got 57 gravel already in the truck. We dropped the wood off in the excavator yesterday. It's a pretty level area, but we're gonna make the pad and take you along with us. Here's what we've got here. And now there's a lot of rock and shaly rock type stuff here, but we got one post there, and we've got one post that's going to be here. And I just put these in yesterday and ran a line level just to get an idea of how much material I'm going to be using and needing, which I think we need about 4 tons for this. And then that's the other stake, and then that's the other stake. I don't have the string pulled across them. I got to get out this yucca plant, which we're going to do with the excavator. And then the other thing we've got to do is I've got a final square. We're about 2.5 inches out of square. So I'm just going to kind of dig it and do the final square once I can really get good cross measurements. Thing that I want to do is I kind of want to scrape the ground covering, try to get some of the vegetation off, which is why I've pulled the stakes out. Okay, so the idea is I just want to get rid of as much vegetation as possible. This area is pretty level, less than a few inches out. But I just want to get some of this vegetation taken away, less chance for sinkage. And we'll kind of spread this dirt a little bit more evenly so you can get an idea where the pad's going to be. I'm going to push this a little bit further. Now I have cut the 4x4s. These are 14 foot 7 inches on the backs and 12 foot exact on the inside. I just cut these with a little Stihl chainsaw, and so that will be that would give us, these are actual 3.5 by 3.5, so that would give us on the inside 14 by 12. So technically the enclosure is 12'7" by 14'7" to give us 12 by 14 on the inside. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to figure out how we want to level this thing. I would like to dig down this side because it will give some earth for this to set up against, allow me to get in and out of it easier with the machine and dump truck from this angle. So that is what we're shooting for, is to dig this one down about at least 2.5 inches, so I have a lot less lip there to come in and out of it. Which, if you look at that board is actually pretty level with the 8-foot level, and so it needs to come down a little bit anyway. So we're gonna dig that a little bit, and then we'll dig down the back side accordingly. So that'll give me a good way in and out of here with dirt. Any extra dirt that we have piled back here we'll take, and we will eventually put up in front of here as a good earth berm to get in and out easily without pushing too much. We've pretty much got this as level as I think we're probably going to get it. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drill three pieces of rebar in each, 3 pieces of rebar in each stake. And let me show you what I like to make with the rebar. I get the 20-foot sticks of rebar, and I weld a 5/8 nut on the top of it, and this acts as a stake for the wood. And that works pretty well. We're going to go, I don't know, 6 or so inches in. Like so. I'm gonna go down here, about 6 inches in. Okay. My board got moved. I will try to kick. I'll try to kick it this way, but there's no guarantee because of the rocks. There's so many rocks in the ground here. It's just really hard to work with. But we'll continue trying. So the next thing I've got here, I have back dragged some material here. I'm gonna be coming in and out with the dump truck there. And so I like to have the edge partially supported. This has not been packed down, but I've got a good amount of loose material here. This has been staked down on all edges. I left that one up because if you remember, I hit a rock over here, and which kicked this out, and I'm hitting a rock there which is kicking that way. So I've left that pulled up so that I can fix that. I don't have anything to cut that rebar with me, so but here is the level pad, and I kept getting my shoes dirty, so I just running around in here with socks. I'm sure the other half will love that. Anyway, I just kind of took some of the loose dirt, kind of spread it around, and that'll compact a little bit. I'm gonna go and get the dump truck, and I'm going to back into here, and we're gonna dump. We've got 6.5 tons in the dump truck. We need about 3 tons for this, maybe a little less, and then the leftovers is going to be used somewhere else on the property. So we're going to go ahead and get this dumped. Bring the machine in here, kind of swoosh it back and forth, try to get level before I compact it. Spread this out. kind of scooted some of it by hand too, because sometimes the machine isn't always the most efficient. You get it close with the machine, and you'll do the rest with a pair of or with a rock rake. But this is the pad, and it's pretty level. I put a 10-foot level across it, and it's pretty level, so we're gonna leave it about like that. Now, one thing I realized I didn't do is what I didn't talk about is you want to make sure you're square and not like trapezoid shaped. You want to measure from the outside, okay, right from the outside to the outside of the opposite corner. Keep in mind, some of these boards got moved a little bit because of the rocks underneath them. Big boulders in the ground. But you want to measure from the outside to opposite corners. So from the outside of that one to the outside of that one. And then you want to measure from the outside of here to the outside of here, okay? And those measurements should essentially be the same. Now here we're 231 and 232. It was not like that until that got pushed out because of that stake. So the pad we built oversized. I'm not going to worry about that, but let me tell you how you'd fix that. So let's say that we got 231 this way and we got 232 this way. Okay, well, what that would mean is we'd push that board about a ½ inch that way, which then would probably gain you a ½ inch or so there and lose you a ½ inch there. But you move the, like if this was long, the long one, you move the board that way until your measurements are approximately the same. Now, I had this perfect, like I said, before I hit those rocks, and I can't really, it's okay, I can't. And then we built the pad 2 feet oversized on each end, and it's gonna be okay. You're not gonna see or notice even an inch out of square. I don't think you're gonna notice. And so I'm not too worried about it. But this is the finished pad, so we're gonna go ahead and pack up and head out. Alright guys, so thank you for tagging along with us. I hope that if you're building a pad, that some of the techniques we used in this video will be helpful to you, especially with, you know, knowing how to square it. I know when I started this, that was one thing that I struggled with, is how to move it to fix it. I could tell it was out of square. I couldn't tell how I needed to adjust it to get it square. So we used 57 gravel, crushed gravel of course, and we ended up using about 2.5 tons. The remaining 4 tons or so, the customer had me drop in the back. They're going to put it underneath a lean-to off of a bigger barn they're going to use for hay storage. So, which was the purpose of getting the full load. They wanted extra for that. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this helpful or enjoyed watching it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll continue bringing more videos of things around the farm. Thanks.